Welcome to Get and Keep Biz, the video learning series. My name's Tim McMahon. We're going to talk to you today about selling. Actually, selling with integrity. That's what we call it. When you sell with integrity, you don't approach people with the intent of selling something you have in your bag. That's old school. Rather, your goal is always to gain rapport and understand their need, drawing upon fundamental values that you share to create mutual value for sellers and buyers. That's according to Ron Willingham, who wrote Integrity Selling. And essentially, this is what we're talking about.
I'm really busy, sir.
No, look, I understand, Doctor. I'm really busy here myself. Look, we're going to come back to you in 1 month with one idea and one idea only. If you like what we have to say, great. We'll do business. If not, worst case scenario, you're going to hear yourself a new business idea.
Whoever took that x-ray, it is useless.
We're going to part as friends. That's fair, right?
Of what?
Doc, are you working with $1 million in the market right now?
Who is this again?
Hey, tell me something. You're a doctor. Have you ever heard of a drug called Benadryl? It's being manufactured by MSC Pharmaceuticals.
No.
Well, listen, okay? Listen, it's in the third stage of FDA approval, all right? Word is it's going to be approved within the next 3 months. And it could be tomorrow for all I know. But, I'm getting ahead of myself, and you're real busy over there. So why don't I just send you out the information you requested about the firm?
No, wait. Forget the info. Let's talk about this now. What was the name of that drug again?
Could you hold on for 1 second? I'm going to get a senior broker who's a little more familiar with that particular stock, all right? Hold on a second, okay? 1 second.
Rocco! All right.
Okay, so his name's Dr. Jacobs, and I'd say from the sound of it, he's definitely...
Well, I don't want to hear it, kid.
Okay.
Hi, Dr. Jacobs. This is Chris Marlin over at JT Marlin.
Marlin?
Right, he's my father.
He's my mother.
So my associate tells me you're interested in one of our stocks.
Your wife's not great.
I will call her back. Yes, MSC sounds like it might be interesting.
Might be. Might be doesn't sell stock at the rate MSC is going for, Dr. Jacobs. We're talking very high volume here.
Oh, well, I still have to run it by my people.
That's great, Doc, if you want to miss yet another opportunity here and watch your colleagues get rich doing clinical trials. And don't buy a share and hang up the phone.
Well, hold on a second now. I didn't say that. I just want to talk about it some more.
Honestly, Doc, I don't have the time. This stock is blowing up right now. The whole firm's going nuts. Hold on, let me open up the door to my office. See that, Doc? That's my trading floor. Now I have 1 million calls to make to 1 million other doctors who are already in the know. I can't walk you through this right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do this.
Now, since you're a new account, I cannot go any higher than 2,000 shares. I'm sorry.
2,000?
Are you nuts? That is way beyond what I was
Thinking 2,000?
Jesus. Listen, I'm curious. Why can't you
Tell me any more than that.
Well, we like to establish a relationship with our clients on something small before we get to the more serious trades. Let me show you several percentage points on this small trade, and then we'll talk about doing future business.
That sounds good. Give me the 2,000 shares.
Done.
You sure you can't do any better on this one?
I'm sorry, Dr. Jacobs. I can. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll start with this trade then.
Great. I promise we'll swing for the fences on the next one. Do you want that confirmation sent to your office or your mansion?
Very funny, Mr. Marlin.
Let me put my secretary on, and she'll take down your info. It was a pleasure doing business with you. Done and done.
So, what do you think of this situation? This is basically what we call a con. A con. A con is not a good thing. A con basically is short for confidence, which sounds like a good thing, but essentially what it means is I'm trying to win the confidence of the pigeon, of Mark, of the person I'm trying to gain their confidence so that I can move something along that they may not necessarily see coming. For a sale to occur, the buyer must first trust the seller and have a little larceny in their heart, according to this scheme. And it's something we've learned to hate because a lot of the people that have a little larceny in their heart end up having a lot of larceny in their heart. So what's the difference between the sell and the con? Integrity. That's it, integrity. Selling doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be a boiler room, but we have to reduce the challenge of the resistance. Advertising man Claude Hopkins wrote, "Any attempt to sell, if detected, is met with immediate resistance." The reality is that trying to sell something to someone can be significantly more difficult than helping them buy something. People aren't interested in being sold. They're interested in buying something that will help them out, serve their needs, satisfy a want. So that's what we're faced with here, two options, and we're going to go lean to that side that says helping them buy, which is what integrity selling is built upon. And when we think about this, you don't approach people with the intent of selling them something. That's not good. Always gain rapport and understand their need. That's the first and foremost thing. We do that through a six-step system: approach, interview, demonstrate, validate, negotiate, and finally close. Close is really kind of a bit of a misnomer. A close is really an open. Now we close the sale, we get a commitment, but it really creates the relationship, the opportunity for the relationship to flourish and continue sales. So the approach is to gain rapport, and basically the interview is all about identifying needs. So approaching, meaning that you have a nice gift of gab, that's wonderful. That's what they call a natural salesman, maybe. But what really has to be done is the salesman has to get some discipline, and they have to really, in that interview, identify needs that they don't already know about. And they have to demonstrate to the consumer, to the person who's going to buy, the potential customer, prospect, to explain how features and benefits will satisfy those needs. Then they need to validate that. So I'm going to tell you how something is going to help you, and then I have to show you, hey, so-and-so did this and it worked, that kind of thing. And finally, we negotiate to work out problems, that they may have a problem leaving their current system or their current way of doing things or their current product that they're using. And then finally, we get to close, which is asking for a decision. As I said before, that really opens the door for the next step. Turn this on its side, and essentially, this is a way we spend our time. In each one of those blocks, you look at the amount of time visually that a person might have spent. Not much on approach, but a lot on the interview. Really want to get a lot out on the front. We want to spend a fair amount of equal time on demonstrating, validating, and negotiating. The close should come rather naturally. So that's what we call AIDINC, AID Inc. And essentially what we're doing there, that's the acronym for that. And we cheat a little bit on validate. But it kind of works. That's the way Ron set it up. This is about time. How much time do we spend in those blocks? And then the other component is about how much time we spend talking versus listening. So if we think the orange blocks is the blocks of time that we're going to spend, and then we conversely look at the amount that we're going to hear or listen and the amount we're going to talk. Up front, we do a lot of listening. We get into the demonstration. We have to, by virtue of the way that we demonstrate, spend about half our time doing that. Then we actually work toward validation, and that is a lot of us telling them what is happening, how this is going to help them. And then we get back to a 50-50 split on negotiation, and the close is all pretty much, do you want this? And they say yes. That's the way it works. That's essentially what it's about. And basically, salespeople have 4 key success factors. One is strong goal clarity. You have to know exactly what you're trying to get and go for it. You have to have a high achievement drive. You have to wake up in the morning wanting to run to work and get some things done. And sales is a game that can cause you to have a lot of heartbreak and a lot of defeats, if you will, when people don't buy. It's a rejection. 3, you have to have healthy emotional intelligence. That is, understand others and what their emotions are and not get carried away with your own thoughts and ideas. And then 4, you have to have excellent social skills. How do you deal with people, even just gatekeepers that don't want you to meet with Mr. or Mrs. Big who's sitting behind the office wall and can make your day by making a purchase. 6-step system: approach to gain rapport, interview to identify needs, demonstrate to explain how features and benefits will satisfy those needs, validate to prove your claims, negotiate to work out problems, close to ask for a decision. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Integrity Selling. Thank you.